Hi, in this video I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step on how to import the patient table from Excel to Access. So first of all, you click on External Data and click the Excel button here. Then you press Browse to find the location of your patient table. Mine is in here, so I'll double click it. Click OK. And then you tick this box, which puts it into columns and separates them with the headings, so you'll know which name and address and postcode, so instead of it being all jumbled up together. So you click next, 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 finish, then you close it. And now you can see that the patient table has been imported from Excel into Access. Okay, now we have to make changes to the patients table. So we're going to have to change the view to design view. So make sure you're on home, then click on the left button here, and press design view. Okay, so now we're going to have to look at the field name and the data type. And as you can see, the telephone number says number here. You want to change that to short text. And also you want to change the emergency contact telephone number to short text because you're importing it from Excel into Access, and that data type won't work within Access. Okay, so once you've changed that, make sure to double check if you've completed all the changes to make sure that this table will work correctly in Access. So you just go back to datasheet view, it will tell you to save the table, and you click yes. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you guys how to input a record into the patients table. So as you can see, there is loads of different categories, I guess you could call it, that you can input data into. So first off, it's the patient name. So just I'll enter a random name here. So I'll put the first name as Jack. The patient last name I'll put as Stevenson. The gender, put it as male. First line of address, 53 Avenue Lane. Oh, the postcode I'll put it as E17LNP. Borough, Waltham Forest. Town, London. Telephone number, I'll just put 07. Emergency contact, first name Johnson, telephone number, and that is how you enter a record into the patients table. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to create a doctor table and input a record into the doctor table. So first of all, you go to create, and then you go to table, and here I have my table that I'm going to use. So I'll go to view, design view, and it will ask me to change the name. So I'll change it to doctor, as that's what the table name is going to be called. I'll click OK. And now I'm going to enter a field name. This is going to be the primary key of the table. So I'll put it as Doctor ID. And then for the next one, I'll put Doctor first name as it's relevant information for this table. And I'll put that as short text. And I won't put anything in the description. Next I'll put doctor second name, and this will be short text as well, and so on. Okay, once you've entered in the field names and the correct data types, you're going to change it back to datasheet view, and I'll save the table. Now I'm going to enter in the doctor's record. So I'll just put the first name as Sam, and then I'll put the second name as anything, so gender, male, the number, just a random number. And that is how you enter in a record into a doctor table and create a doctor table. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do a validation rule. Okay, so you're going to the design view, and then you'll select the field name that you want to put the validation rule on. So as you can see, with this validation rule, I have made sure that the user can only input 2 characters, which is the letter M or the letter F. If the user doesn't enter in one of these 2 characters, it will come up with this message, which says please enter the letter M for male or F for female. This is so the user understands what they need to input if the field name is not enough for them to understand what they need to input into the table. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do an input mask. What you do is you go to design view, and then you select the field name. What I'm going to do is contact telephone, and you go to the input mask option in the general settings down below, and then you click this button here, and you get a few options available. And as we're using the telephone, we can use the phone number input mask. You click finish, and the input mask has been now put onto the patients table, and it will look like this format. You go to datasheet, and then you save it. Okay, now I'm going to show how to do a drop down menu, which a drop down is used to give the user a list of options to input. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, go to design view, and then pick the option that you would like to use with the drop down menu. I'm going to use gender. So you go to the lookup wizard, and you select I will type in the values that I want. Go to next, and you'll type in the first gender, so it'd be male, then female, and then you go next, and then make sure you click limit to this list, because you only want to have male and female as the choices. And the label will be gender, and finish. So now if we go over to the datasheet view on the staff table, we now get an option of selecting male or female on a drop down menu. Okay, now I'm going to show you the relationships between the tables. So what you do is you go to database tools, and then click relationships. Here you'll be given an option to select all your tables. Make sure you select all of them, and then click add. Okay, now you have 5 tables. Make sure to put the appointment one in the middle, as it has all the foreign keys with it, and then position these how you wish. I'll just put it like that. Yeah, there we go. And then just link these up with the following. So doctor ID goes to doctor ID. And make sure to enforce referential integrity and tick these two boxes. What ticking these two boxes does is when an update is made, for example in the doctors table, let's just say a doctor is removed off the list, this will automatically be updated for all of these. So you won't have to go in and change the room, the patient, the staff. And it's the same for updating. So if a doctor has a new phone number, for example, you won't have to go into any of these tables just to change it. So, okay, so I'm just dragging these onto the correct foreign keys. And that is how you create a relationship diagram. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a patient form with step-by-step of data consistency. So first of all, make sure you have your patient table open in Access, and then go to Create, and then click Form. And it will give you the patient, or the name of your table, which is patients, and it will give you all of the headings. So what we want to do now is just change this and change the design and put some buttons, a checkbox, a drop down, and change the color. So first of all, I'm going to put it in, I'll keep it in this view for now because I want to change the color. So go to Format, and you'll see Shape Fill. Make sure you've clicked on the background to change it. I'm going to use this color, and then I'm now going to put in some buttons. So make sure that you have enough space to work with, and then go to Design, and here you'll see 4 X's in a rectangle. Click that, that's for the button. So I'll make one here. What shall I do this button as? Let's do this as delete record. So go to text, make sure it says delete record. You can use the picture, but it's just much easier for people to know what you're clicking on when it says delete record rather than the picture, because they might not know what it means. So go next, and then change this again to delete record. Finish. Okay, that's the first button done. And then we're going to make another one, which is going to be print a form. So next, wait 1 second. Sorry, print a record. Wrong one. Next, make sure it says print record. Next, print record. That's that one done. Just got 2 more buttons to do. Do this one as save. Where is it? Save record. Okay, so for the last button, I'm going to make it a home button, which is going to link back to my switchboard. So to do this, you're going to just click on the standard button. And then from there, you go to Form Operations and then Open Form. And they'll be given a selection of forms where you can open when you click that button. So for us, we're going to go to the switchboard. Go next. Make sure the text is open. No, not open form. We'll make it home. So you know that when you click this button, it will take you back to the home. So next, change this to home as well. Finish. There we go. So now we are going to get a drop down in this. So what we're going to do, okay, now we're going to add in a drop down on combo box. So go to design view, then go to design, and then hover over the combo box, it should say combo box. Select where you want to put it. I want to put mine, I don't know, anywhere, put it here. Or type in the values that I want. And I'm going to do the gender, so I'll do male and female. Next. Next. And the label for it will be gender. Let's finish. So now, if I move that there we go. And if I go into the form view, you can now select the gender. So that is an example of how to use a combo box and drop down in the patient form. Also, if you want to change the text for anything, go to design view, highlight it, go to format, and here you have a huge option of text choices that you can change to. I'm going to keep mine the same because I want it plain and simple. But yeah. So that is how you create a patient form with step-by-step of data consistency. Okay, now I'm going to show you a step-by-step on how to create a macro. So first of all, go to create, and then go to macro. And then, from here, go to database objects, and then go to open form, double click it, or just drag it in. Okay, so select the form that you want it to open. I want it to open the appointment form. We're not going to change anything here apart from data mode, and what we're going to do is change that to add. Window mode, keep it as normal. And then from here we're going to add a new action. Then find go to control, here it is, and then the control name I'm going to put as patient ID. Oh, I have caps on. Patient ID. Make sure to use the square brackets to open and close it off, not these standard brackets. And then from here go to design view. Okay, so now if I run this macro by going to design and run, it will tell me that I must save it. So I'll save it as go to patient ID on appointment. So there we go, and as you can see the macro has worked, because instead of starting at appointment ID, it's automatically skipped it and then gone to patient ID. But what we're going to do now is make a button so we can actually run the macro. So to do that, I'm going to go into design view, make sure we have enough space to work. Let me just move this button here. Move it there. Then put another button in here. And go to miscellaneous. Then go to run macro. Next, choose the macro. As you can see, this is the one that we made because it says go to patient ID on appointment. Go to next. And make sure you select text to run the macro. And we're going to call this macro go to patient ID. Next, keep that command. And now, if I'm on appointment ID and if I click that macro, it automatically will go down onto patient ID. Okay, now we're going to add in the drop down on combo box. So go to design view, then go to design, and then hover over the combo box, it should say combo box. Select where you want to put it. I want to put mine, I don't know, anywhere, put it here. type in the values that I want. And I'm going to do the gender, so I'll do male and female. Next, and the label for it will be gender. Let's finish. So now, if I move that there we go. And if I go into the form view, you can now select the gender. So that is an example of how to use a combo box and drop down in the patient form. Also, if you want to change the text for anything, go to design view, highlight it, go to format, and here you have a huge option of text choices that you can change to. I'm going to keep mine the same because I want it plain and simple. But yeah, so that is how you create a patient form with step by step of data consistency.